All right. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, 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 yo. Test. All right. So I want to. I want to make sure that the audio is coming in here. Hello. All right. There we are. Okay. So this is good. 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 Better. All right. Okay. How about that? Can you guys hear me? Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna come out of there. So now. Uh. Okay. So this should be showing. Hmm. All right. There we go. We good? Yep. Okay, there's definitely a delay. Hey, what's going on, Facebook fam? This is Sam Bell, and I wanted to take some time to go live and do an Ask Me Anything. One of the things that I have been extremely focused on in Q4 is making sure that not only are we servicing my existing clients, but we're also providing a lot of value in the marketplace through writing content emails, making a lot of posts on my walls, as well as doing live broadcasts like this as well, and being able to really work on the business as opposed to in the business. I know a lot of people who are agencies, freelancers, just kind of working as infos or solopreneurs. A lot of times we tend to take on a lot and do a lot of the work ourselves. And that was me, for a long time. And I started to build a team, and I know for a fact that you cannot scale. You cannot scale big anyway without having good people and having a team around you. My team has really afforded me the opportunity to actually work on the business to grow it by hiring people, strategic people in the business, and also ensuring a lot of the day-to-day operations in terms of making sure that our clients are getting results. That we're constantly testing new ads, constantly testing new landing pages, funnels, ad copy, like all that fun stuff that comes along with running an agency. But also one of the benefits too is the ability to free up my time to work on things that I'm also passionate about. Like I genuinely enjoy teaching, educating, and informing people. So one of the things that I wanted to do today was to go live and provide you guys with some value. So anything as it relates to Facebook ads, funnels, writing ad copy, campaigns, anything, any of those things that you guys may have challenges with, or you are struggling with. And we got the holidays among us coming among us too. So Black Friday is coming up, so putting together offers, things like that. For those of you that are actively watching, drop in, say hi. So let's see here. All right, excellent. So got a few people on. So for those people who are live, what's up? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Don, what's going on? We got Don McBride, my man Lewis, what's going on? Tara, how you doing? All right, cool. So while people are actually joining us here, one of the things that I definitely want to share with you, especially for those of you who do run, ad agencies, there's been a lot of challenges here lately with Facebook ads. There's been a lot of talk in the marketplace about people having their accounts shut down, their accounts banned. It's a very relevant and real thing, especially right now because Q4 is such an important quarter, especially for people like in the e-commerce space, and to have to deal with account bans and account shutdowns obviously are no fun. Uh, Especially when you make a considerable amount of your money in Q4. So let's talk about that. Like how do you deal with that? How do you circumvent to ensure that you don't get your ad account shut down? And I think that's really been one of the challenges right now because there are people who have businesses that are legit businesses. They're not running any type of scammy type of offers or anything like that. And Facebook has basically just been kicking people to the curb without really giving them any rhyme or reason or a path to go and fix it, right? Like how do you go and recover something if you don't know what you did wrong in the first place? So the first thing is to have a backup, right? Is to have a backup, have multiple backup accounts actually that you have access to. If you're depending upon, one ad account, you're depending upon one business manager. That is not very sound business practice, especially in this day and age with Facebook. The second thing is to diversify your traffic channels. Like, do not be 100% dependent on Facebook. We run Google ads as well as YouTube ads. In fact, when we first started our agency, I started running ads on Google first, on the Google Display Network, and that was kind of like my claim to fame. And this was before Facebook ads even really blew up. So we actually started there, and we still actively run campaigns there. But Facebook has just been so amazing in terms of targeting. But then you also have like native ad campaigns as well, where you can go and run ads. You have places like Taboola, Outbrain. You also have platforms such as now push notifications, right? So there's a ton of different traffic sources. The thing is being able to understand how to properly market and monetize those traffic sources. You have new social platforms such as TikTok. TikTok, a lot of people have been getting a lot of organic traffic with TikTok, like they used to with Facebook back in the day. Don't be afraid to go out there and test other platforms. The most important thing is how you go about testing the platform. Whatever it is, I would definitely spend the time to focus on one and really learn it, understand it, and understand how to monetize it. In my opinion, I think it makes the most sense to go back to the 800-pound gorilla, where you can actually get somebody on the phone, which is Google. There's still a ton of opportunity on Google, both in Google Search, Google Display, and YouTube, and it's very underutilized. And there is a learning curve. However, when you're talking, hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars at stake, is worth you taking the time, or at least hiring a specialist and working with someone who is familiar enough with those platforms to either help get you going, or at least get you and your team trained up, so that way again you're not 100% dependent dependent on one platform. And for all the other people who've recently joined us, welcome. Again, this is a Ask Me Anything. So if you are here, you are watching, you have any questions in regards to ads, funnels, anything that has to do with making money online in a digital marketing space, definitely chime in, and don't be afraid. No question is too stupid or silly. There's a judgment free zone. So if there are some things that you want to know, feel free to do so. But yeah, going back, when it comes to traffic diversification, I think is super important that you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So you still also have organic strategies as well when it comes to working with influencers. You also have the ability to do email drops, right? You can still buy email data. You can still buy email data or have people mail for you on your behalf. And you can also do direct media buys. I think a lot of us have gotten away from the opportunity with direct media buys. If you are not familiar with direct media buys, that's essentially where you can identify web properties online that have your target audience. So these could be blog sites, these could be news sites, etc., that are highly trafficked, that may have your target demographic on their sites. And you can actually just go in and just do a direct buy with them. And a lot of times when you're doing direct buys, you're not subject to a lot of the scrutiny or a lot of the same rules and compliance issues when you're running on a big site like Facebook or Google. So sometimes going direct and identifying some of those best placements where you can run ads works extremely well. And you can really do that with GDN as well, right? Even if you use Google Display Network to just test, meaning that you're not really spending a ton of your budget there, but you're just launching campaigns to identify the web properties that may provide the best conversions, and then circumventing Google or some of those other platforms that just going direct and doing direct media buys. A lot of times, those people also have an email list too. A lot of times, you can also acquire data or do joint ventures with those individuals. So you got to just think outside the box. Like, traffic is really never the issue, especially when you have good offers as well. So, Eric, what's going on, my man? I see you just joined us as well. All right, cool. And again, for everyone that's joining us, this is Ask Me Anything. So I'm just really on here just sharing some information that I think is of value, that's relevant. But also, if you have any questions as it relates to Facebook ads, as it relates to funnels, as it relates to making money online, sales copy, etc., go ahead and feel free to ask those questions. Just type them in the comments, and I will be sure to answer those for you. So right now, we've just been talking about the challenges that a lot of people have been facing when it comes to having their ads, their ad account shut down on Facebook and other alternatives for buying media. So don't be afraid to step outside the box. Don't be afraid to test other traffic channels. I think one of the things is that we become so dependent on one platform, and we really haven't learned anything else. We're kind of our hands are being forced to learn, and I think that's a good thing for a lot of people as well. And again, the digital marketing space is always evolving. There's going to be new platforms. There's going to be new opportunities available. So just kind of be thinking 3 to 5 years down the line, right? I think there's a famous quote by Wayne Gretzky, the famous hockey player, said, "You want to go where the ice puck will be, not where it is right now." So don't focus so much on where things are right now. We know the environment is very volatile in the online marketing space as it relates to Facebook and ad accounts. But look and see what's happening, right? See what's on the horizon and begin to play in those spaces. So again, I mentioned TikTok is another social network. Snapchat is another social network where there are other opportunities to tap into those media sources, so you're not 100% dependent upon Facebook exclusively. What's up, Chad? What's up, David? Welcome. And again, for those of you who have just joined us, this is a Ask Me Anything. So if you have any questions about Facebook ads, funnels, copy, making money online, then go ahead and ask away. There's no question too silly or crazy. If you're having any challenges, or if you're making any preparations in terms of your offers for Black Friday, it is November 13th at the time of this recording. So I know that we're only a couple weeks away from one of the biggest sales days of the year. So you want to make sure that you're making preparation for that. One of the things that we're doing as it relates for our clients and helping them is we're getting an early jump on a lot of our ads. So you definitely don't want to wait. You don't want to wait until a week or a few days before Black Friday. You actually want to start running ads now and start testing different campaigns and identifying some of the best performing creatives, as well as the best combinations of offer pages. So that way you can, when we're running on Black Friday, we can actually scale up, right? So as opposed to testing during that time, you should be testing now, right? So running everything, running all of your campaigns, do all that stuff now. What's up, CF Jackson? Welcome. Jerome, welcome. Cool. And then again, for those of you who are just joining us, this is a Ask Me Anything. So any questions you have about Facebook ads, funnels, copy, making money online, feel free to type in your questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But I was just really speaking to the fact that Black Friday is coming up, and now's the time to actually start running ads in preparation for Black Friday, not a few days before, right? You want to go ahead, get your ad seasoned. You can actually start running some engagement ads, so that way you can get some social proof and engagement on the ads that you want to actively run. So that way you can actually scale up and ramp up those ads towards the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. So now's the time to test the different ad creative, testing the different audiences, testing the different landing pages that you're going to use, etc. Regardless of if you're selling e-com, if you're selling info products, even if you're offering services, putting together special service-based packages. A lot of times people don't think that because you're in a service business or you're in a coaching or consulting business that you cannot necessarily put together a Black Friday offer, and nothing's further from the truth. Even if you did a pre-sale offer where you were going to put together a training in the future, that's another way to put together an offer. A lot of times we tend to overcomplicate things and believe that we have to build out like this, super intense product and all of these different things. And I believe the opposite is true. I believe in putting together an irresistible offer that's going to provide a lot of value and putting it into the marketplace and pre-selling it and see if people actually want the offer, as opposed to you having to spend all this time, energy, and resources creating something only to realize when you place it in the market, nobody else wants it or they don't want to buy it. It's always best to put that stuff out there now. Definitely, CF has been a minute, been way too long. Um, Excellent. And then for those of you who are joining us, this is a Ask Me Anything. So any questions as it relates to Facebook ads, funnels, copy, making money online, definitely feel free to drop a question in the comment section, and I will be sure to answer that. So go ahead and start testing now. That's one of the things that we're actively doing. Also, because it's fourth quarter, there's a lot of ad budget that's being spent. So people are dumping tons and tons of money into Facebook, trying to spend up all their budget so that way they can make sure that they have a bigger budget for next year. And that's okay. Even though CPMs are increasing and costs are increasing, it doesn't mean that you stop running ads. I found in my experience that even in the coaching, consulting, digital marketing space, fourth quarter is still a great quarter to bring in a lot of revenue, because even though CPMs are increasing, people who have budget allocated, especially business owners, they have money that they need to spend because it is the end of the year, right? So they don't want to carry those funds into next year. So they're looking to spend that money so that way they get tax write-offs. Okay, so you have to be thinking about all of these things as it relates to your business, and even if costs are increasing, if you can still turn a profit, if you can still acquire a customer, even if you don't do it at profit and you're at break even, it still makes sense to do it because you can always turn a profit later on, but at least you're able to acquire a customer at break even. And for serious media buyers, for bigger companies and organizations, that's exactly how they operate. And I know that's counterintuitive to say, well, hey, don't worry about making money, right? Because it's like, well, why would I do that? Why would I spend money to acquire a customer and not make any daggone money? Like, are you crazy? But the reality is that a lot of people actually lose money during the customer acquisition process because they know that they have a back end. So if you're not in a position to where you can at least break even or lose money, then that may mean that you need to develop some sort of higher ticket, some sort of back end offer where you can turn a profit. If you're depending exclusively on front end offers for profitability, it's not to say that it can't be done, because it can. You're just leaving a lot of money on the table. So, all right. Got a question from CF. She says, when it comes to placing Facebook ads, what are your thoughts on targeting niche groups? What is the best way to leverage such a strategy? So yeah, you can absolutely target niches. You don't have the ability to target groups per se, or pages. There are some third party tools in the marketplace now that do allow you to do that. There's one that I believe is called Lead Enforce. I personally have not used this, so I don't know how well it works. But supposedly it allows you to target groups specifically, Facebook groups specifically, and Facebook pages specifically. I don't have any data to support that. However, it's definitely something that you can do. But from a niche marketing standpoint, when I launch campaigns, I generally like to test at least 5 different interests or 5 different audiences that we're going to run ads to. I like bigger audiences, generally a million plus, but I will also have a few smaller niched or layered audiences where basically what I'll do is will intersect a few different interests or demographics to make sure that they're hyper targeted, and I will run that to start to get some data to feed in. So I would say test a combination of broad and niche based, and then let the data speak for itself. So I hope that was helpful, CF. Jerome says, Big Sam, organic versus paid. And the answer is both. Do both. I mean, if you look at my page, I definitely do not shy away from promoting myself or my business organically on my page, and I have calls to actions. I think the most important thing is that your organic actually does provide some value to people. I chose my strategy. I actually send out emails to my database, and I do long form copy. And I also use those same emails. I repurpose those emails as Facebook posts to post on my wall. as well. And I do that in addition to running ads. So anyone that engages with my organic post, or if you click on a link on any of my organic posts, then I'm also adding you to a retargeting list. And a lot of people may not realize that, but anytime you click on any link that I have, you're being added to my Google AdWords retargeting list. You're also being added to my Facebook retargeting list as someone that's engaged with my content. And then you will begin to see my ads on Facebook as well as off of Facebook. So the answer is definitely do both for maximum impact. And you don't need a big budget either. A lot of people think that you need a big budget. If your content is good enough from an organic standpoint and enough people engage with it, then as long as you can get people to click on links or people to go visit your sites, you can then recapture those people, and then just have a small retargeting budget. I mean, like literally, you can have a budget as little as $20 a day, not even. Run into a retargeting campaign of people who've engaged with your content, and you can have really high conversion rates because people are already engaged with you. So I hope that helps. All right. And again, for anyone else that's just recently joined us, this is we're doing an Ask Sam Anything. So if you have any questions as it relates to Facebook ads, funnels, copywriting, and making money online, feel free to ask. Just type your question in the comments, and we're going to keep rocking and rolling. All right. And if you're joining us, go ahead and just type those in, and I will answer those. So again, so we talked about diversification in terms of having different channels and not being solely dependent upon one channel for your ads. We also talked about preparation for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The time is now to begin prepping your ads, testing, identifying the creators, getting some social proof as well. So you want to make sure that you begin doing those things. CF asks, what are your thoughts on video ads versus images? Again, do both. Some audiences respond differently to video versus images. I'm a believer in running both because they will both perform differently. I think video is good, especially when you're testing new audiences to really build up a retargeting list. It's a very inexpensive way to run to build up a retargeting list because you can run video views campaigns, and essentially people who engage with your videos. So let's say, for example, you have a 3 to 5 minute video, and anyone who watches 25 to 50% of that video, you can add those individuals to a custom audience where you can then turn around and do a retargeting list, right? And your average cost per view, depending on how engaging your content is, maybe a penny, under a penny or less, right? So you're actually acquiring views on your videos for under a penny, which is a lot cheaper than you paying for a link click and someone clicking and going into your web page. So 100% run both. I would start with video views, build custom audiences, and then run retargeting audiences to those people who've engaged with your content and watched a minimum of 25% of your video or more. So I hope that helps out. Annabelle, welcome. And again, this is a Ask Me Anything. So if you have any questions about Facebook ads, Facebook funnels, or any type of funnels, ad copy, or making money online in general, feel free to ask. Type in your questions right in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have as it relates to those things. And again, we've been covering a variety of topics today, predominantly, focused on the Facebook ad account bans and being able to diversify your traffic, as well as preparation for Black Friday. And one of the things that I really want to speak to, and you're welcome as well, by the way, CF. But one of the things I really want to speak to is that all of these things they're all dependent upon your offer. Like, your offer is really the most important thing. It's not the funnel, it's not the traffic. It really boils down to how good of an offer are you putting into the marketplace, and does your offer have some sort of mechanism and unique selling proposition that differentiates it from other similar offers in the marketplace. And I don't care how competitive a niche is. I actually prefer going into like a bigger niche where there's like a lot of people, and there's a lot of competition, because for one, you know that there's definitely money in that niche, and for two, there's a lot of data for you to piggyback off of. So you don't have to go in and reinvent the wheel. A lot of times people think they have to go and try to recreate things. You just have to put a unique spin on it and have an idea that's different from the marketplace, and to present things in a light of a new opportunity, as opposed to it being a Me Too type of offer, right? So really, taking the time to refine and present offers that have mechanisms that can easily differentiate them and really demonstrate your unique selling proposition is way more important than the traffic source. It's way more important than the funnel process, because if the offer is good enough, people will buy. Period. Point blank. There's no question about that. So, and for everyone else that's joining us, welcome. This is Ask Me Anything about Facebook ads, funnels, ad copy, or making money online in general. Any questions you guys have, just go ahead and type them in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions for you. And I'm gonna rock for a few more minutes, and then I gotta get out of here and go pick up my son from school. So you guys got a few more minutes. So if you are hanging out here, go ahead and speak now, or forever hold your peace. Nicole, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type those in now. If not, we're going to be wrapping up here in a little bit. Cool beans. And for those of you who are watching this as a video, definitely go back. We covered a lot of good information and topics as it relates to account bans, some of the different things you can do to diversify your traffic sources. We talked about preparing for Black Friday, getting your ads and everything ready to rock and roll now. Then later we discussed offers. We also discussed Facebook ads, video ads versus image ads, organic versus paid. So we covered quite a bit in a very short period of time. So make sure that you go back and you watch all of this. And again, even if you're watching this in the video, later on you do have a question, obviously I do monitor my posts for comments and interactions. So if I don't answer it live, there's a very good chance that I will come back and answer it at a later date. So don't be afraid to go ahead and type any questions you may have. Thomas, welcome to the live. Again, this is a Ask Me Anything with Sam Bell. And if you have any questions about Facebook ads, funnels, ad copy, or making money online, go ahead and type your comments, your question in the comment section. All right. So, man, great stuff, guys. And for those of you who have participated in Interactive, I really appreciate it. CF, definitely always a pleasure. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too. So it gave us an opportunity to catch up and ask some questions. And for anyone else that's out there listening, if you do have anything, go ahead and drop a line now. If not, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here in a few minutes. And yes, I will keep it moving forward. Ted Miller, welcome, my friend. How are you doing? This is Ask Me Anything. So you can ask me anything about Facebook ads, funnels, ad copy, and making money online. I just wanted to come over here and share some information, provide some value for those of you out there in Facebook land. And just kind of give you some insights and things that you can do for preparation for what's coming, and a lot of things that we're currently dealing with right now as well, as it relates to Facebook account bans, getting ready for and diversifying your traffic sources, as well as getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the type of ads and campaigns that you can also run as well. So, all right, cool. So it is a few more minutes before 5. Nicole asks, my goal is to create online courses. What advice do you have there for making money? So I think the most important thing, especially when it comes to online courses, is you want to create something that there is a demand for, and something that you can truly help people get results with. So I would first say make sure whatever you're going to create a course in is something that um, you are either a expert in that subject matter, or you have the resources to help people get a specific outcome. Right. A lot of time we just think about making a course, but we really need to think about the end result for the people that's going to be buying the course. Because once you establish what the specific outcome is that they're going to get, then you can identify the proper audience, and then you can identify and see what other products are there in the marketplace out there, so that way you can come up with a unique selling proposition and a mechanism that's going to be specific to you. And before you go off and create the course, I would just put the offer out there. So I would put the offer together of what the deliverable is based on the outcome, and then everything that you want to incorporate into the course to help the prospect or the buyer get that specific outcome, and then just put it into the marketplace, and see how people respond. Say, hey guys, I'm getting ready to launch this. I'm putting together a beta group. Here's everything this is involved. Here's what you can expect to get out of this. When I bring it to the marketplace, I'm going to sell it for $1,000, but for the beta group, I'm gonna offer for $197, and see if you get any sales. Because which a lot of times we get so caught up in trying to put together the perfect course that we never put it into the marketplace, and when we finally do get it into the marketplace, it may bomb because it may not be relevant or people may not want it. So I think it's more important to create the offer, pre-sell the offer, and see how the market responds to it before you put the time in to to actually fully create it. By doing this, you can actually get paid to create the course, for one, and then two, you can actually have social proof built into the course via your beta group. So when you do launch it to the masses, one, you've already proven that it is a viable offer. Two, you should have social proof and case studies that you can demonstrate. So that way, when you bring it to the masses, you can help instill the belief that they can also get the desired outcome, and that you've been able to help others do that as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, beta groups work. It's a great way to bring things to the marketplace, and launch them and generate revenue, before you spend the time and effort trying to build out this whole thing. So I would highly, highly recommend that you do that. So I hope that's been helpful for you. All right, for those of you that are just joining us or hanging out, this is a Ask Me Anything, about Facebook ads, about sales funnels, about ad copy, or making money online in general. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the comment box. We've been going on now for about a good 30 minutes or so. So we're going to be wrapping up here shortly. So if you do have any questions, make sure you type them in. And Nicole, you are welcome. Yeah, go out there and implement it, man. Put together that offer, put it into the marketplace, see how people respond to it, and get compensated for creating something of value and substance that's going to help people get results. Cool, cool. All right, folks. Man, a lot of good information that we've covered in a very short period of time. I really enjoy doing these. Again, I like being able to share and give value to everyone in the marketplace. Joel, what's going on, my man? Welcome, welcome. This is a Ask Me Anything about Facebook ads, funnels, ad copy, and just general how to make money online. So you have any questions or concerns, just type them in the comment box, and I will be sure to answer and address them. Oh, and by the way, if you got some value out of this, be sure to comment. Be sure to share it with other people who you think that it will provide some value to. I definitely appreciate that as well. So for those of you who are watching this afterwards, and for those of you that are on here now, if you are a coach, consultant, or service provider yourself, and you want some assistance with your ads, with your funnels, with your offer, and you actually have a product or service that does provide value that can actually help people get an end result, and you want help with getting your offer to the masses, with scaling your offer out, and really taking things to the next level in your business, I would be more than happy to have a call with you. There obviously is a qualification process. I don't work with everyone, but for those of you that are a good fit, or you believe that you would be a good fit and would like to have a conversation, I would love to speak with you. Only thing you need to do is head over to callsambell.com. That's callsambell.com, CALLSAMBELL.com, real simple. And go ahead and schedule a discovery call. With that said, I'm going to let's see, are there any other questions? Again, this is a Ask Me Anything about Facebook ads, funnels, ad copy, or making money online. If you do have a question, go ahead and type it in now. If not, we are getting ready to wrap this thing up. It is almost the top of the hour here. So type those questions now. If not, we will go ahead and conclude this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, folks. For those of you that joined, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. For those of you who participated, asked questions, I also appreciate it. And if you're watching this afterwards, I hope you enjoy this Ask Me Anything. And don't be afraid to go ahead and type in a question afterwards. I do check these posts and I do interact. So, with that said, I will holler at you later, Facebook family. Take it easy. For is making sure that not only are we servicing my existing clients, but we're also providing a lot of value in the marketplace through writing content emails, making a lot of posts on my walls, as well as doing live broadcasts like this as well, and being able to really work on the business as opposed to in the business. I know a lot of people who are agencies, freelancers, just kind of working as infos or solopreneurs. A lot of times we tend to take on other people a lot and do a lot of the work ourselves. And that was me, for a long time. And I started to build a team, and I know for a fact that you cannot scale. You cannot scale big anyway without having good people and having a team around you. So my team has really afforded me the opportunity